Well, the breakup of the Big 12 has a lot of implications.
So what will it mean for the three Metro College teams? Nate Bukaty from Sports Radio 810 joins us on the phone this morning. Nate, everybody that we know talking about this, what's the latest you're hearing?
Well, it's a situation that seems to evolve by the minute, guys. I mean, every day, every hour, every minute, we seem to get new information about the whole situation. Today's going to be yet another pivotal day in the life of this conference, which I do not believe is quite dead yet, but it's certainly on life support.
So, Nate, here's the big thing. Why not K-State, KU, Mizzou getting bids from the Pac-10, from the Big 10? No one wants them? What's the deal?
Well, I wouldn't say no one wants them yet. I don't think we know where these teams are going to end up just yet, but they haven't seemed to have been on the first list of a lot of these conferences, at least by the reports that we're getting. Most of this, boils down to money, guys. I know that's a big shock, but, college athletics is big business, and a lot of this also comes down to TV households and football programs. And, for some of the schools around here, unfortunately, they're good in the wrong sport. I think the biggest shocker is that Missouri hasn't gotten an invitation to the Big Ten, as we know of yet, because everybody seemed to think that was the first team that was going to go.
Yeah.
And if I'm hearing things right, Missouri kind of started all of this by discussing the possibility of leaving, and now doesn't it all sort of hinge on Notre Dame?
I think personally that it hinged on Notre Dame from the start. I don't really know if Missouri was a backup plan for the Big Ten or if they were led along by the Big Ten. But I think from the get-go, Notre Dame was the first team that the Big Ten wanted in their conference, and if they can get them, they'll take them. In the long run, I don't know that it's impossible for Missouri to still end up in the Big Ten at this point, but it's a situation that I don't personally think the athletics directors know where this thing is going to shake out from a minute-by-minute basis, and that's one of the reasons it's so confusing to follow, because even the people making the decisions don't know what decisions they're going to make.
Yeah.
They've got like 3 decisions ready to go for whatever happens next.
I know.
Exactly.
And Nate, we're going to wrap it up, but one last question here. So let's say the scenario plays out. Nebraska officials, they go to the Big Ten. We know Colorado, the Pac-10, the Texas schools, they leave. Can the logistics of all this happen practically overnight where there would be a breakup of the Big 12? Or would it take at least a couple years? Would these teams still be playing in the Big 12 for a couple years?
Well, I think that pretty much no matter what, this conference is going to have to stay together for a couple of years.
Yes.
Because, by leaving and going to these other conferences, it's going to take a couple of years to get the schedule sorted out and all of that, which makes for some really, really awkward road trips for all of these teams if they're going to be playing against one another for the next 2 years. There's a lot of acrimony between these athletics departments right now. There's a lot of mistrust. It's going to make for some interesting games the next couple of seasons if this thing breaks apart.
All right, Nate Bukaty from Sports Radio 810 starts his show in just a few minutes. If you're wanting to talk, a lot of people wanting to listen in on what's happening throughout the day. We've, of course, got you covered here as well.
Good information.
On NBCActionNews.com. Thanks, Nate.